Oh, it's cold out there. Whew. Hopefully everyone's had a good Christmas. Oh, I'm not back now to the 5th. Like 2.5 weeks off because my last day was basically like just before Christmas. So I've had like nice time off so far. Still got like a week off. So it's now the 30th of December. So not long till 2026. What will the new year bring us and bring me? Just wanted to do a video on basically what I'm hoping to happen next year and what needs to be done, other little bits and pieces basically. So let's just talk about what I've done actually. So I have taken off the Larini back box because it was just fucking annoying me. Try and get that perfect sound basically. Yeah, it's made it a lot better. It's not quite there. So I'm just trying to concentrate on the road because like there's parked cars on either side and it's getting a little bit narrow. So yeah, so the sound, I don't know if you can tell about the sound, but it definitely sounds better. It sounds more exotic. The sound's basically back is like the main thing. It's still loud enough. It's still got a slight, it's not raspy, it's sort of like vibrates, so it's like you put your foot down, it does like a little bit of vibration, so it's like a subtle trumpet sound, so it's not as bad. But the one thing that does annoy me is the drone. Like, even in third gear sometimes, like now, it's not that bad now, but if you're in like fifth gear and you're doing like 50 or 60, it really drones. If you're on the motorway, it drones as well, which is annoying. I think they said that sport cats make your car like 35 to 40% like louder. I'm not sure if that's true, but so my advice would be, because I've done everything now, literally done everything, like, so not like just everything and then put it all back. What I mean is I've done bits and pieces and took bits out, and then so I know exactly what sounds good basically. So I've done like just the X pipe with the resonator delete, and then I did and I've done like just sport cats with the stock system, which is what it is now. I've also done just like the centre resonator and the Larini back box with the sport cats. I've also done it as stock centre pipe and just the sport cats and the Larini back box. I've also done sport cats with the X pipe and stock exhaust, but with the with the stock X pipe. But what I mean is, I cut out the box basically. Like, I took the box out, but had the stock X pipe because the one that they'd done a weird X pipe. I've also done it as I've just put on like the stock X pipe completely with the box, and just had like the back box sport cats, and then I had like other silencers on it, and I took them off. So basically, long story short, basically I've done everything differently, and I've got like, so you can get like an idea of what sounds good. So I've basically done everything apart from headers. I've never done the headers actually. I was going to do headers on my Porsche, but I never got around to it. I think it's that they couldn't fit him in or something, or something happened. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, so I've never done that. Apparently headers, if you get long tube headers that are decatted, they are apparently the worst thing you can do. They're the most like loudest, as it were, but you're not allowed to do it no more. So if you did short tube headers, and obviously you have to have like a cat in there somewhere, if you've got a secondary cat, obviously on this you haven't, it would make it not as loud as doing like sport cats. So, and I don't think it would change the sound dramatically. I think they say it's like 10 to 15% more volume if you're doing just the headers. So if you want to keep your exotic sound and not sound like a bloody trumpet or raspy, I would suggest, if you just want it louder, a bit more aggressive, and then like pop and crackle, you like the pops and crackles, etc., I would just do sport cats and then leave it. If you want to change your exhaust so it's a little bit louder, but you don't like the pops and crackles, but you want it like a little bit of a better sound, like maybe deeper sound, I'll do just the headers. But having said that, headers are bloody expensive. So I've been quoted 4,800 to do the headers, which is not going to change the sound much, and you're not going to get a lot of horsepower. So it's probably not worth it. If you want to modify your exhaust, and you really have to modify it, I would just do the Sport Cats, because that cost me about, I think it was like 1,680, but that's because they put on these other silencers as well, so it wouldn't be as much. So I think I was quoted first like 1,200. I think that might have been before like VAT. So 1,300, 1,400, save yourself about £1,500. That would do your Sport Cats, and that will gain a big improvement in horsepower. I mean, I gained like 18 brake horsepower, so around 20 horsepower after the tune from just the Sport Cats. So that is worth it. But they do crackle a lot, burble a lot. I'm okay with the burbles. It's just I don't like the burbles are sort of like turned into crackles really. Like, so I'm not a fan of it. I just don't like it. Some people like it, and it does drone as well, so that's the downside. So if you don't really want it to drone and you want it to sound a little bit better, and then headers, but like I said, it's too expensive. There's just no point. I mean, unless I can get it cheaper, because I mean they quote quite high, so I'm not sure. So yeah, so that's what I've done to it. 2026, I've got to do obviously some like bits to the car that doesn't involve performance and cosmetics or sound. I should really concentrate on that, because I've done a lot of videos like upgrading it, but not actually doing what I was meant to be doing. I mean, it didn't, like what I will say, like if it's not broke, don't fix it. I mean, but there are a few things that need doing to it now. My fog light, my rear fog light is blown the fuse again or something, so I think we need to check the wires this time. So we might have to solder it, which is not an expensive fix. It's like an hour's labour, so 75, 80 pounds, something like that. The headline has gotten worse, so it's actually now above my head and it's nearly touching my head, so that's actually annoying me now. So I need to get that done. So I'll probably go to Maidstone. They do like headliners and fabrics and all that sort of stuff, and interior. So I'll get that done. The sticky buttons are getting worse on the Sport button and the park off button. So I use park off a lot because you don't want these brakes to stick. So I do that, and the park one is actually, you can't even see what it says now. It just says R, AR off, because P and K are just completely gone. So I need to get that done. Oh, it's getting hot in there. I thought it was freezing today, but it's 6 degrees. And I've got my heated seat on, so I need to turn that off. Yeah, there we go. Open the window a little bit. That's quite hot. It's end of December and it's actually roasting. So yes, so the coolant tank, no, I fixed that. The washer fluid tank is cracked. It's been like that for a little while, but it's not, what I mean is it's cracked quite high up, so it doesn't really matter. It's not bothering me at the moment, but it does need to be done, because I think that probably is an MOT failure, and I've got the MOT in like March, I think, so not long. So I need to get that sorted out. For the tank to do that is about 500 or 480 pounds, which is quite a lot actually. So I need to get that done. Door handle, they found out that it wasn't just a cable, so it was the door handle as well you need to do. So I've got the door cable. That's about 188 pounds, I think it was. The door handle, I think I've looked, it's about 280 pounds for that, and then you got the labour. So I'm looking at about 700, but I've already got the cable, so about 500 pounds to get that done. And I think that's it, maybe. I know I need to do the another oil change, so I've done like 8,000 miles on it since I've got it. I need to do transmission fluids, and the fuel filter's never, I don't think, it probably has been done, but it's just, there's nothing to say that it has been done, so I need to do that. But just if you're looking for a Maserati and you're thinking about getting a Maserati Gran Turismo, a word of warning: oil changes need to be done every like 5 to 10,000 miles, but they recommend every 5,000. It's not that expensive. I mean, it uses up a lot of oil. I mean, I think it holds like 9 litres of oil. You can get them cheap from eBay. I mean, I got 10 litres for like 50 quid or even less than that actually. Don't go to the garage, they'll charge you £70 for 5 litres. So don't do that. Buy your own oil. But the oil filter, that's actually £70, so it's not cheap. If you want to do the fuel filter, which doesn't need to be done often, I can't remember how often it is. I think it's like every 5 years or every like 60,000 miles or something, whatever comes first. That is, that could be actually why I lost a lot of horsepower actually when I've done the dyno. But that is £700 to do the fuel filter. It is absolutely ridiculous because you can't just do the filter. You've got to take out, you've got to basically change like this other unit. So yeah, so £700 to do your fuel filter. Crazy. So I will do that eventually. Then obviously got my MOT, so hopefully it passes that. I might do like a Maserati specialist one this year as well. Next year, sorry, as we're nearly on 2026. To have a look underneath just to make sure that it's the rust and corrosion or whatever it is okay, and everything else is okay as well. I fixed like the oil leak that I had as well, so that's all done. Obviously I've done a lot to this car. So yeah, so just be mindful if you are getting this car, like Maserati Gran Turismo, you need to maintain it properly, and it goes through tyres quite a lot as well. They're not cheap. I mean, tyres, I think it cost me about £280 for a tyre. They're 20, you know, like 20 inches. So yeah, it's quite nice tyres. I mean, like, I didn't go like to the cheap one. I think they're like Pirellis. So yeah, £280. It's not a lot though. I mean, if you need to do all of them, you're looking at nearly over £1,000, isn't it? So yes, just be mindful on that, especially if you drive it around a lot like me. And then obviously I want to focus on my business, trying to get more people in. That's the big one for me next year. Trying to get more students because I'm a Kung Fu instructor. So obviously I need more money to keep this thing alive, this car, keep it running. And I also need, well actually I'm not sure about this one, because I get bored quite easily. Actually, before we get onto that, the exhaust, I will eventually put the stock cats back on because I just want it to be completely stock. There's a reason for it. One is this car is so hard, because I saw a custom exhaust person like saying about Maseratis, because like I always look at other cars and think, oh that sounds nice, but why does mine sound like fucking trumpet? And I found out that it's Maserati Gran Turismos are the hardest cars to work on basically, as in like custom exhaust wise. That you can't get the sound right. Basically, if you start messing around with it, it will sound like a trumpet apparently. It's really hard to get right. So a lot of people just do like sport cats and then they just leave it, because that's like the one thing that doesn't make a massive difference, and it doesn't change the sound as such. I mean, it makes a difference in sound, like volume wise and aggressive and pops and crackles, but what I mean is it doesn't change that note to like completely utter shit. So it still sounds like a Maserati at the moment. So I will put that back to stock, but they want like £600 just to put the cats back on, which is ridiculous because they cut off like where the flange was. It's quite hard to get it back in there or something. So it's going to cost about £600. So we'll do that at some point. But there's a reason for it. So I'm trying to go back to stock because I might be getting rid of this car like next year, because I get bored quite easily. So let's get back onto that one. I get bored quite easily, and this is like, so this first of all, my dream car's changed quite a lot, but at the moment this is my second dream car, because it was like other cars, but then I've driven them and I've seen them, and like the Lamborghini Aventador's too big and wide, and it just pissed me off. Things change basically like as you get older as well, about sound. I don't like the sound, I don't like it to be too loud, I don't like the pops and crackles on a Lamborghini Aventador, I just don't like it. Headroom, etc. It's just stuff like that. It's changed my mind on it, and I don't really want to pay like 500, 600 grand on a car that wasn't that when it first came out. I don't like to pay more than what the car is. That's an old car. Oh, changed gears too quickly on that one, but yeah, that's a really nice old car. There. It's like an American car. So yeah, so I'm thinking about, so basically, like this has changed quite a lot, like to my second dream car, third, fourth, because there's other cars that I weren't sure about, and then I've driven them and I'm not sure. I was like, nah, I prefer this. And then this was like my third dream car, and then I think it was the Ferrari 360 was my second. But then I found out a lot of stuff that goes wrong with it, like the bushes and that lot of like, well, they're metal or something, and you've got to change them like every like 2,000 miles. I'm not sure if this is all true, but and then you've got the headlight thing. It's hard to take them off without cracking. You've got to get a specialist to do it. They fog up, etc. And there's just a lot that can go wrong with it. So I thought there's no point in getting one of those. So at the moment, this is my second dream car. My dream car, again, at the moment, is a Ferrari F430. So that's the dream. But obviously, they're a bit out of my price range. They're not actually that bad though. I mean, for a decent one, and when I say decent, it's low mileage to me is about 50,000. If it's like anything in the 50,000 like sort of range, personally, I think that is bloody good. I think that is really low, because I've been used to having cars that have done 100,000 miles or like 80,000. This is done now 70,000. So when I got this was 62,000 miles, and I thought that's really low. I mean, you guys probably think that's actually quite high, and especially for a Ferrari, they for some reason they quadruple it. So they quadruple it, not as in like you've done like 25,000 miles and that means you've done 100,000 miles. What I mean is in Ferrari terms, like as in like if you're trying to sell the car, like how it can affect the price of what it's worth. They like say if it's 25,000 miles on the clock, I'll be like, fuck me, that's really low. But in Ferrari terms, it's 100,000 miles, which means they sort of like value it from now. I'm not sure where they've got this thing from, but it's a thing that people say. So for a car that's done about 30,000 miles, which I think is fucking brilliant, you can get for like 70 grand, 75 grand for a decent one, a decent low mileage one, which is not bad. The cheapest I've seen is the £54,995 is the cheapest, and that done 70,000 miles. Again, I'll still be fucking happy with that. I think that's still pretty good for a 2005 like year old car. I mean, brilliant. So I am thinking about my next car. Obviously the Ferrari's a bit out of my price range, like I said. I don't think I'll be able to get that anytime soon. Maybe in 5 years, maybe I might. Or if my business really does pick up, then I'll, yes. But at the moment, no. So I'm trying to think of, obviously I can't sort of get a better car than this at the moment, because this is my second dream car at the moment. So, but I get bored and I don't like to just keep getting the same car. So even if I had my dream car, say it got to the point where it needs like an engine rebuild, I'm like, no, you're right. And then I'll get my next car, because it's my dream car. Does that mean that I have to get another one of those cars? No, it doesn't. I mean, I don't like to keep getting the same car over and over and over. So even then, I probably would always get something different, just because I've had it, I've been there, done that, I've got my dream car, I get this one. And then it might change, I might get another car and I'll think, actually, this is better than the Ferrari. I mean, dream cars change all the time. It's not like that's my dream car and that's it. I mean, the only person that's actually done that is my dad. I mean, not the only person. I mean, obviously there's a lot of you guys that pick a car and that's it, you want it. But my dad's, out of people that I know, I mean, my dad's always wanted an Aston Martin, I think it was a DBS, that's the one. You can get them for like 50 grand, 60 grand, something like that. And he hasn't really changed on it much. I think it's always been that. My car has changed quite a lot, because I might drive another car and think, actually, that's really nice. Because in pictures, it doesn't do it justice. You look at pictures and you're like, nah, I'm not sure. But then when you see it in person, you're like, oh, actually. And then when you drive it, like, yeah. So I'm trying to think of what my next car will be. Obviously, I'm not going to get another Maserati because I can't get to my Ferrari. I have to change my car to something else. Once I've ticked off a box, I just change it, you know. So now I'm trying to think of what my next car is. I've got some ideas in my head, but I'll probably leave that for another video actually. like what is my next car. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoy this little video just of stuff to come next year and maybe a new car. But have a guess what it is. Should I put the stock cats back on? I mean, I probably will, but do you reckon I should, or should I just keep this because I might lose a bit of horsepower? And what's your dream car? What car maybe you getting next year? What car in 2026? What car are you getting? And what car do you think I should get? And have a guess what you think it is. And then we'll see for the next one to talk about that a little bit more. But for now, I'm going to just sit here in traffic because nothing's fucking moving because it's nearly New Year's Eve.